Hello, everyone. My name is Trinity, and I have been playing an obscene amount of the Bravely Default Remaster as of late. It's been a joy getting to revisit this game since last I played it, roughly a decade ago at this point. The interesting story, the fun characters, the several ways that you could break this game in half. And just recently, I figured out that they kept in a particular combination of jobs and abilities that, when executed correctly, essentially solves your money problems for the rest of the game. It's kind of busted. So today I figured I'd sit down, edit a video for once, and tell you guys how you can break this game too. By the way, this video will have some footage recorded from my Twitch streams, which you can find over here and in the description as well. This is the only shill in the entire video. I promise. With all that out of the way, let's get started. First, you're going to need to be in Chapter 5 to start this farm. There's not really a point where you can pull this off beforehand. If you're not at chapter 5 yet, then enjoy the story. Come back to this video later when you're at that point. Next, you'll need a party member to get their merchant up to level 11 to unlock the Dark Cartel ability. Dark Cartel heals an enemy, and then after you heal the enemy, they give you Pig equal to the amount of HP that they were healed. This is what we'll be utilizing to not only get rich quick, but to also completely shatter the economy of Lux and Dark at the same time. After you learn Dark Cartel, you're going to want to swap to a different job because merchant stats actually kind of suck for healing. Since we're focusing on healing for this particular character, swapping to a job with a high mind stat is not that bad of an idea, considering that the mind stat directly influences the strength of all of your healing. White Mage is not that bad of an option to swap to. However, I chose Salvemaker for their innate healing lore ability, which doubles all of your outgoing healing. And in this case, doubling our healing will double our money output. I also went and gave all of this to Agnes, the party member with the highest mind scaling stat in the entire party. But just a quick side note, anybody in your party can be the merchant healer. It doesn't have to be Agnes. I chose Agnes because I'm playing on hard mode, and I have to make several optimizations to make anything work. Ultimately, you can pick whoever you want to have this role. Just know that whoever you pick is going to be spamming the absolute hell out of Dark Cartel. Next, you're going to want to dedicate two of your party members to dealing damage. The enemy that we are going to be endlessly extorting is very weak. However, they are often surrounded by very dangerous enemies. The goal here is just to keep one enemy alive, so bring your toughest damage dealers to deal with everything else around it. For me, my biggest DPS at the time was Tiz as a knight and Ringabel as a summoner. The last slot will be dedicated to healing the party. I chose Adia as a salve maker for this, but the reason for this will become clear quite shortly. And that's it for the job setups. Thankfully, you don't have to worry about subclasses too much for this party. Just don't forget to set up subclass merchantry for the party member that's going to be spamming Dark Cartel. Next thing we gotta prep for is equipment, which is pretty straightforward actually. The enemy we're keeping alive, their only form of offense are basic attacks. So prep as physically defensive as you can for this. Shields on everybody and whatnot. The only equipment of note that will be absolutely necessary for this will be the Blessed Shield, which you can get from Narende's Armory when you upgrade it to level 6, and can be bought from the Adventurer afterwards for 4,000 Pig. This shield is just about as crucial as everything else in this setup because it innately has the Cura ability attached to it, so that when you use it from your item menu in battle, it gives you a party-wide heal for no resources. The fact that the shield takes no resources to use is incredibly useful for us, as it enables this farm to go from, 10 or 20 minutes before I have to go rest at the inn or restock my healing items or whatever, to a farm that lasts basically as long as you want it to. You're going to want to equip this shield to your fourth party member and have them use it from the item menu during battle for an endless, constant stream of healing that costs No resources whatsoever. And that's it for your equipment setup. Last up is the ability setup. And through all of my testing, I've wound up with something that I would like to call the bare minimum. You're going to equip everyone with the level 5 Black Mage ability Damage Dispersion and the level 3 Knight ability Physical Defense Up plus 10%. Yeah, you don't need much more than that, actually. This is the quickest way you can mitigate just about as much damage as possible from this farm. There are some extra abilities you can equip if you have enough of the level for it. Like you can equip Shield Lore from the Knight, you can equip Angelic Aura from White Mage. They're not as necessary for this, but will absolutely help in your survival in this fight. With these two abilities, you're free to slot in whatever the hell you want for these last three slots. I would, however, recommend against any abilities that add any extra animations, such as slow parry, as we want to be spamming Dark Cartel as often as possible, and not sitting there watching a bunch of casting animations for half of the time. With all of this prep now ready, now we hunt for our farming target. You're going to want to head to the Florum region, the northeastern continent on the map, and get into random battles until you find a red flower enemy. Anywhere around Florum works for this, but the Witherwood dungeon, where you fight Einherja, has a better spawn table that doesn't kill you like this one does. Start chipping away at the other enemies and do not touch the flower until it is the only enemy left alive. Then you're going to want to use a Dark Cartel on the flower, use one basic attack from each of your damage dealers, and use the Blessed Shield to heal your entire party. At this point, you've set up the infinite loop. Next, you're going to want to press the auto menu button, select repeat last turn, then use, and then set the battle speed to ×4. After that, go and do literally anything else for the next however many hours you want to be doing that farm. So, how does any of this work? The Red Flower's skill Parasitism copies the HP, MP, and BP of the target. When it does this, it sets its current HP to the value of the target and leaves the rest of its maximum HP empty to be healed with Dark Cartel. The goal at this point is now to have your damage dealers not try to kill the flower, but still do enough damage to leave more empty HP that Dark Cartel can heal. And when the red flower uses Parasitism again, it puts its HP back down to a very low number, allowing you to repeat this process ad infinitum, or until you get bored. Whatever happens first. Now, I'll go ahead and let Trinity from the past show you the results of how well this farm can go. Let's see how much we actually got from all of that last 4 hours of grinding all this out. But to start, we had 211,000 gold. 211,000 and some change. Now, after 4 hours, let's see how much we got. Oh, baby. Let's fucking go. So yeah, we got a cool casual roughly 4 million gold from the last 4 hours of playing this game. Before I wrap this up, just a few more closing notes. First is that the P you earn from Dark Cartel is not boosted by items or passives that increase your money outputs. So, for the love of God, please don't stack merchants on this farm. Also, any healing above maximum HP is not counted. So if you heal an enemy with Dark Cartel and they have one missing HP and you heal them for 9,999, you are only getting one singular peak from that heal. Needless to say, once again, do not stack merchants for this farm. Lastly, there's probably a way more effective way to handle this entire farm. Probably some more optimizations that I couldn't even notice. But I urge you guys to experiment and maybe come up with something even better and more optimized than this. Anyway, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a pleasant rest of your time zone. Do I have to do anything special for this outro? No? Alright, bye bye!